Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Is a vibe with Roxze.
In this evening, I'm very, 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 very excited to be interviewing a cool kind of guy, Mr. Craiz, Mr. Craiz and a Craiz. Craiz. What do you prefer to go by?
Any or, either or, whatever suits you.
Whatever suits you.
Whatever suits you.
I think I'm gonna go for Craiz.
Like that. It's easy, it's short, it's easy.
And I think, I just wanted to ask in general, actually, about your name. Then, good start of conversation.
It is a good start.
Can you explain? I think it's quite straighthtforward once you explain, but
It
for the
is.
listeners who don't know you,
But it did evolve because I used to be called Croggy and we're talking like,
Croggy.
I'm talking about year 7. That was the first name I had, and then obviously I got a bit older and thought, don't really suit Croggy anymore. So obviously my real name is very similar to my artist name, and I changed the letter and there you go. So it made sense. And also maybe a little bit
Yeah.
crazy.
So your actual name is Craig,
That's my actual name, yeah.
and then it's Craiz.
Tell the world.
But no, but it's good to know how your name comes. Because my name's like Roxze, so my artist name's Roxze because it's my actual real name is Zara.
Yeah.
So I changed it for Rock and Roll Z, Rock and Roll Z, Roxze. Well, you know, one of them ones. A little bit creative
I'm
out
not
there.
that creative. I just one letter, so
Yeah, but it works really well, and I like it because Craiz, it goes with your music.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Your
Yeah,
music, I would say, is at the moment what you're releasing. It's like the stuff I heard because we met a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, not too long, but I'd say about a year. Was it over a year? Yeah. And we met in Manchester because you're from Manchester.
Yep.
And and it was just how the universe happens. One of them ones where we just ended up meeting each other working at a studio.
Yeah.
What's Mateen's?
Mateen, yeah.
Mateen, yeah.
Little genius.
Yeah, he was incredible.
Genius.
So I met Mateen and his at the studio, which was behind the mechanics workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just remember walking in and thinking, this is so cool. I just walked in. The studio was just, I don't know, I didn't expect it to be there. And that's what was the exciting part of it. And it just added authenticity to the whole vibe. There was a vibe, like a proper vibe.
Yeah, the chemistry was mad. It was instant as well, like straight away.
Yeah. And he's just, as you said, as Craiz says, he is a genius lyrically and on the production side of things as well.
Definitely.
But as are you as well, because I'm loving your sound. I'm loving your music. And I like I said before, your name is matching what you're delivering at the moment, especially with the Halloween track that you came out with, the visuals, like Craiz.
And that is natural me as well. Like, obviously, I'm kind of readjusting as an artist at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think that the sound I'm releasing now is my natural lane. And
Yeah.
Yeah, so my name does kind of suit what I do because it's my natural sound.
Yeah.
At the moment, yeah.
But we said that before, isn't it? It's like we were talking and it was you evolve as an artist.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and the industry evolves all the time as well. Like, music changes all the time, and
Yeah.
what people listen to, the trends change all the time. So as an artist, you kind of got to adapt to that, but also keep your identity.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, what I kind of found hard coming back into music and going, okay, where do I fit into the scene right now?
Yeah.
So I kind of think I've found my lane within the scene as it is without losing my identity.
Yeah, and it's definitely a lane. It's a good lane, very good lane. Featuring Brianna Marin X. I was just saying as it was playing, because Craiz didn't expect me to. But before the show, I always ask my guests to send some tracks across what they want me to play. But I also do a little bit of digging because that's what I do.
Definitely dug.
And I dug for this track. And the reason I specifically looked for this track, it wasn't hard to find because, and we'll let you know where all Craiz's music you can find online. But the reason I looked for that specifically is because I heard it, that was the first song I ever heard of Craiz's when we met before. And I checked him out. I was like, this is a tune and I loved it. But you've just been saying now that you don't think it's what you've evolved.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think that was me coming back into music and kind of saying, well, what I was making when I was a younger was definitely about, basically, like, I'm a grown man now and I couldn't relate to a lot of the stuff I used to write. So I had to find something else that I could relate to more.
Yeah.
So that sort of music was like, okay, it's a bit more grown compared to where I was when I was last making music, which was obviously a long time before.
Yeah.
So it seemed like at the time the way to go.
Yeah.
But obviously I've kind of found a happy medium now whereby I can talk about more relative stuff, which is relative to me, my past and my present. So, yeah.
Do you ever listen to songs back and cringe?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you?
Yeah. Like I've got. Like,
Tell me which ones I can go see it.
no,
So everyone can go
like,
watch it. Look
I've
at
got
it.
a flipping hard
Where
drive
I
full of like. I used to have a recorder in my bedroom.
Okay.
I record every day. Like I just do madness in my bedroom. So like I've got tracks. So I listen to it and go, oh my god, what is that?
Oh no.
But then I might listen to it again and actually appreciate
Yeah.
what it was at that time. So
Yeah.
it depends on my day sometimes. And yeah, but yeah, I definitely listen to things and go, oh my god.
The
like,
tracks, are there any tracks that you've released that you're like that too?
possibly. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I might not give you that information.
No, I'm only playing. To be honest though, it's we were saying that before. It's like I'm an artist as well. I released tracks, and some of the songs I've released, I'll listen back to and I hate, but other people like.
Yeah, definitely.
And you just can't read it. You just can't. It's like for instance, this track X.
Yeah.
I love this track. This is right up my street. Right up the vibe for the show. It's just brilliant. I think.
I appreciate it.
But you don't. you're
I
revolved.
don't dislike it. I just think, yeah, it was me at that time. I appreciate the
Yeah,
track,
but that's what I mean. It's like you've put it. It's contextual, isn't it?
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So and where did you record this track X?
That was recorded with Mateen, yeah. So Manchester, that was recorded. When I wrote it, I actually loved that track, you know. I remember writing it in the studio thinking this is going to be sick when I release
Yeah.
this. And it got a good response, but I just think now I could go back to that quite easily, but I feel more comfortable doing what I do now because it's just more relative to me.
Yeah, and because you've just released an EP, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm about to, yeah. So it's coming out as singles. It will be a collective EP.
EP.
Yeah.
And I had to write it down because
Oh no, we're talking that one.
Yeah, can you explain it? Because the name.
Soliloquy, that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
what's the name?
Soliloquy. So it's talking out loud to an audience. Soliloquy.
I can't even say it. That's
It's a tongue twister.
It's a cool name
It
because
is,
I saw it and I thought that's interesting.
And it makes you say, what does it mean?
Yeah. Soliloquy. What is it?
Soliloquy.
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 So the-
SOL-eloquy.
Now you'll know the name of the EP. This is marketing gold dust. And tell me about that project.
Yeah, so that was the first time I released, and I was on one then. And I was just creating a lot of like R&B/ish urban sounds, and I was just in a real zone with that. And a lot of the songs I released in there, content-wise, I think probably some of my best stuff. So in terms of like what I put on those tracks and like where it came from within me, was from a good place and from a very like useful place. So it was a lot of like, not love, but like boy girl type situations. And then just drawing on like, not personal experiences as such, but like feelings from other people and situations I've seen people in,
Yeah.
or possibly even things that I've experienced myself, and just threw it on tracks. But I think the way it got put together, it was never meant to be an EP initially, and I kind of started making these tracks and they were good and they were getting good responses. So I
Yeah.
thought, you know what, let me just keep doing this and make it into a body of work. So yeah, it came together really well. And I think the best thing about that is the variation on the track on that EP is really good.
Yeah.
Like from start to finish, it's like it stays within that genre of R&B, such urban, but there's a lot of variation in terms of tempo, in terms of sound, instruments, so on and so forth. So I actually like that body of work as much as I want to create it now.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, I'm pretty proud of that body
So
of work.
that was, sorry, I got it confused. So that was the EP
That
before,
was the first one. Yes, that was like a year ago. That
a year
one?
ago. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you're now releasing
Yeah,
the
so I'm
next
gonna put
EP.
one. It's called Skilachi Maximanimus.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
that one.
so
Oh, that
you
one.
like it. Oh, good names, don't you? How do you say that one?
That's completely. That name is just something we used to say as kids. Like it's football related, and it used to when you did something that was amazing in football, sick in football, you'd say Skilachi Maximanimus. So it's just my way of saying this. Skilachi Maximanimus.
Skilachi Maximanimus. I like it. It's cool.
Yeah. So just basically my way of saying that this is me doing what I do best. This is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool. And what you do best now, in comparison to the year ago, you sound angry.
Yeah. You know what? A lot of people say that. I don't mean to sound angry. It's kind of like, I don't know why it's angry. It's in my head, it's not angry. I just
But
think...
it's not. It's. I like it a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, I love your music, but it's a completely different person.
Yeah, it's a different sound.
Different
It's a
artist,
different
different.
side,
Yeah,
100%.
And it was. I remember when I heard the track,
Yeah.
the release. I think Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Or one of them before then. No, you gave me a snippet. You just like, oh, let me like send you across something.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said at the time, yo,
yeah,
I did not expect that. I was like, wow, you come in with the fire.
Yeah.
What inspired that? What?
That's what I use. That was my natural. Like, okay, so I grew up on grime, but I came up in the grime scene. So as grime was evolving, I was evolving. I literally had from day one within that scene. So I lived in London, West London, and saw garage become grime, and I was kind of right within that. So,
part of the scene, yeah.
Yeah, so that grime era is kind of what I relate to best. Is what I came up in.
Yeah.
But as I say, like obviously that was however many years ago. My life's changed since then. A lot of things changed. So trying to relate to that now initially was difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that is my lane. That's what I can kind of relate to, and that's my actual sound. So it's not meant to be angry. I maybe anything to talk about a little bit angry, but it's just my, I don't know how to say.
It's just your expression yourself, isn't you? Yeah. And it's good to be free and like however you want to express yourself.
Yeah.
'Cause I love it. It's great. And we are going to be playing some of them jams a little bit later on in the show. So make sure you stay locked in and also get your questions across to me. And I'll be asking some questions that I've prepared already. All the way from Manchester. Shout out Craiz. In the building, in the vicinity. We're getting to know Craiz as an artist, as a person, his inspirations, his music, his releases. And the questions that I like to ask. you know them ones. Or it's the questions that just, I don't know, just to delve a little bit more. Because I think it's good to delve. So I always ask this usual question to my artists each week. Everyone who comes on, because I think it's really important to get to know the person for the real them.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's just healthy, I think. So my question that I always ask is, you're an artist, you're on the musical journey, you're actually an entrepreneur, really, aren't you? We all are in terms of artistry and create the creative world, walking your own path. So what would you say, during the path that you've walked, is your highest high that you've reached? And what would you say is your lowest low?
Highest high.
And you can answer in any order, but the reason I just say it is because, like, I'll just explain once you have a think about it, is because it's inspiring. Because it's really inspiring for anyone who's listening to know that you're on your own journey, you're on your path. But it is amazing when you reach the highs, but the lows do exist, but then you obviously overcome them. So it just inspires, it encourages others, and I think a lot of people relate to the journey.
I feel like any creative art, I mean, it's a roller coaster. You never be on top all the time. Highs, I think recently, definitely just a response. I think the last few months, especially for me, kind of finding my own sound and feeling comfortable in that sound again, and then seeing a response from people. Because I think, personally for me, I like the music right now that I'm doing that. I'm proud of my music and I'm releasing music going, that actually bangs. Yeah. But then you want that response from people as well. Yeah. And that's kind of happening right now. Yeah. So I think currently that is my high. In the past, I think I've done stage shows with big MCs when I was younger. Did Area Watford as a kid, stuck myself in there and got on the stage. Oh, good. Did Acting Carnival, main stage. They were real highs. And I think at that time I was kind of like really riding a wave and I was really expressing myself. But music was different then. And I think it was a completely different doorways and completely different ceilings. And I think now, for me at the minute, it's responses. I think it's the fact that my own people and people that I never have spoke to before will be DM me saying, tune bangs, like, okay, it's kind of doing something. Did you have the struggle with when you were starting out in music? Did all your friends always support you? Did they see it, hear it and believe it? Or did you have to take some time to kind of persuade them that you were actually serious about the craft? When I started music, it was competitive. Like, it was every man for himself, dog eat dog. So it was MC versus MC, and you had your crews, etc. So it was areas divided into crews, divided into individual MCs. So it was about being top dog at all times. Yeah. I think it was friendly competition most of the time. Yeah, but it's got that underlying. But because of that, people would never really say, you're da-da-da-da, because they wanted to be that guy. Yeah. So even people who thought you were sick, would want to be the sick guy. So they wouldn't say to you, oh yeah, you're sick, because you knew they wanted that glory. So it was, I don't know, you never really had people really bigging you up. There's probably the odd one or two guys who people really couldn't touch, like they were that good. Yeah. Everyone knew. But I think like I was probably up there, I'd say, at the time, but obviously everyone wanted to be the top dog. Yeah. So people weren't really saying, oh yeah, we'll support you. They were saying, I want that to be me. Yeah. At that time, everyone was picking up a mic and MCing. I think I started MCing year 8, and like I was probably one of the first people I needed to do it because my brother used to do it. Yeah. My brother used to do jungle. Oh, so I listened to him on jungle. How would I do that? But he was ill, like his flow was mad and I couldn't do that. And then obviously that garage and grind came along, it was more my tempo. Yeah. And I thought, I can do that. Yeah, yeah. So then I picked up my early, but I think grime became a real wave. Yeah. Like, I was in like year 9, 10, everyone, like people who had no flow, no lyrics were still thinking that they're the, so everyone wanted to be that guy. And so, it is built on that kind of competitive nature, isn't it? Yeah, dog eat dog, and I think. Yeah. So you had support from, if you was in a crew, I was in like 3 crews, I won't go into that, it's just how it was at the time, like garage crews, grand crews and that. But so they would support you to an extent, but even then you knew the people next to you really wanted to be the top dog within the crew.
Yeah.
So you've never really had anyone saying
That support and-
like, not real. You always felt like it was a little bit jaded. It's like,
Yeah.
So
But the music scene is massive in Manchester, isn't it? Like a real
right
good...
now, Manchester is popping. Like,
Yeah.
it's finally getting its dues, and I think like when you get London taking notice of our artists,
Yeah.
I think like it shows. But we've had a scene for time. But I remember moving back to Manchester
Yeah.
from London, and the scene was so different.
Yeah.
Like it was like a different genre.
Yeah.
And
What do you mean? Like in terms of genre?
like, so I came back to Manchester at like 16, and I'd been going at grime in London hard, and I was like doing what I was doing the shows, etc. And I came back to Manchester, it's a different sound. It was
Yeah.
like a lighter sound.
Yeah.
It wasn't as competitive. There was nowhere near as many outlets.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a smaller scene, but the talent was there.
Yeah.
It was just hard to unearth it, I think.
Yeah. But now it is getting, like you said, the kudos it
now
deserves.
Manchester is going, like, obviously look at like Bugsy, who did what he did, and you have
Yeah.
to rate him no matter if you like him or not. He's done wonders.
Yeah.
And H is doing bits. Tom
Yeah.
Day's coming up now.
Yeah.
And there's not any disrespect, but there's guys who personally I think are better than those guys.
Yeah.
Who are now starting to come through.
Oh, amazing.
So Manchester right now, I think the linelight's on it, and I think
Yeah.
a lot of people next year or so are really going to bang from
Are
it.
there a lot of female artists? Or...
There are.
female?
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, IMDb is
Yeah,
one that
yeah.
everyone will know. There's Lady Ice, who's just been on Rap Game UK.
What do you think of Lady Ice? Like, what did you...
I think she's sick. I
Yeah.
think she's got to find her brand,
Yeah.
but her talent is mad.
Yeah.
Like, she is sick.
Because that I was watching the show and I was like, it's taught you the freestyling in terms of, you know, when they did the battles and that. I was
Yeah.
thinking, wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's nice to sit there thinking, oh, would you do it? Like, would you do it? Would you go on the show?
I'd go on the show. I mean,
Could you battle?
yeah, bring me in. Come on, I did that from early.
What, you could just battle?
100
All right, let's do it then.
Wow. I need to sip on this for a little bit.
I can't. All right, I know it. I'm going to try. I'll just put myself in there, whatever, anyway, because...
I want to be nice to you. I can't battle you. I have too much respect for you to battle you.
You
Right now.
can't you battle like just actually no, don't do it.
It gets way too political. Way too political.
Yeah, I'm thinking that because I was out yesterday, so I'm thinking that I know what's gonna come through. I'm like, I don't know. I was just thinking of something, anything that's negative, isn't it? Really, but you got to be able to have a thick skin
Yeah,
for
100%,
battling,
100%.
and that's why I probably wouldn't be too good at it. They'll be battling me, and I'll be like, "What did you just say? Are you joking?" No, but you have to be able to take criticism. So going from that, so the original question was the highs, and then now, what would you say is your lows?
Lows. Lows. I think they're contextual because, like, obviously the thing that I would have found low as a kid back in the day. Like, what was a low? Was I real low? Definitely were some. It was little things like, not like, we used to do like sets, so there'd be like 30, 35 guys on a set. And it was about getting a response from people in that room. You wanted the people in that room to respond to it.
Yeah.
If I had a set where I think I was going hard and no one would respond,
Yeah.
that's it. Like, you don't want to spit anymore. So
Yeah.
like, even though it sounds really like irrelevant,
Yeah.
that was at the time how you got your ranking.
Yeah.
It was like you had to kind of be one of the guys in the room. And if
Yeah.
I was on a set and it was like 3 or 4 dogs that you thought they're the guys.
Yeah.
And you wanted to impress and you spat and there's no response.
Oh
You're like,
no! And did you
so-
like spend a week trying to get over it? Like,
yeah,
God damn.
it was like you didn't want to go outside. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're thinking, so in that context, it was a low. I think right now, I mean, because of how I'm just kind of enjoying the journey and like just expressing myself and whatever comes. There's not any real lows right now.
That's good.
Yeah, like I'm enjoying it.
That's really
I'm not really
good.
taking it to heart too much. Obviously, I want to do what I want to do in music, but I'm not kind of looking around going, "Oh, he's doing that, and I'm going to do this."
Yeah.
I understand what the game's about, and I understand there's people in much better positions than me who have been putting the work in for however long that
Yeah.
kind of deserve their bit. So
And your time, it's everyone's time will come.
yeah, definitely.
You put in the work, you get it out, but it's just dependent upon when it is. There's no
1,000,000%.
no one knows. Everyone, like you said before, is everyone's in their own lane. The only competition essentially is with yourself.
Yeah,
It's like you
100%.
deliver, you improve as you go along,
Exactly.
and then you see what happens.
And I think as well, like last year, I say I was making that EP, which was an R&B-ish type EP.
Yeah,
If I had have kind of got somehow blown then or whatever,
yeah,
I'd probably look at it now and go, oh, that wasn't really what I wanted to blow
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
So I look now and go, you know what, I'm putting in better position now.
yeah. Because you'll see,
Yeah.
that you're learning. It's growth.
100%.
So when, in terms of when you say to blow, where do you see yourself? Like, what's your vision? Like, where do you? Because I remember we had a conversation. Oh, after you, sorry, go.
No, I mean, obviously, you always want to kind of be the best you can be. And I think, like, I back myself musically, lyrically, 100%, definitely. I think I'm still learning of how to, in this genre of music right now, how to put tracks together that everyone goes, that's a
kicks,
track,
yeah.
you're going to listen to in a club, you listen to in a car, whatever. But I think, like, question again?
Oh, no, where do you see yourself?
Where do I see myself? I mean, I think, yeah, as I say about myself, I think I'm up there lyrically, 100%. I can bar with the best of them. So I think, like, it's a case of me kind of getting myself, like, my lane is just about becoming a mainstream name now.
Yeah.
If you look at the Lights Love 8.
Yeah, so like Radio 1.
Yeah.
When you listen to Radio 1 and you're thinking, this sort of music never, ever played before.
I say it all the time. I mean, I say there was a time when you could listen to the radio and if you heard one English artist.
Yeah.
Using shock.
And now the whole thing, it's mad.
It's good to see, man. It's definitely good to see.
But you see, because I remember we was messaging ages ago with like just talking creative stuff, and you said that, no, what did I say? Oh yeah, I liked it. I really liked the message actually, because you said, I'll meet you at the top.
yo.
That's good. That's a good attitude.
Yeah,
'Cause, you know, I think everyone has to get there themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, obviously you collaborate, you work with each other, you can help people, you can support each other, but the audience will like the artist or they won't like or they'll pick up a certain song. No one else can influence that per se unless you get like Radio 1 airplay and you brainwash everyone with the sounds, do you know what I mean? Consistently. But I think it is a case of everyone is meet at the top, meet where you want to be.
Definitely. And I think to maintain as well, you got to go for that journey. I think like
consistency.
The overnight artists that kind of make a track and then they have one-hit wonders, you see that because they can't maintain, haven't been for that journey to say to themselves, right, this is what I've got to do now to kind of keep myself here. They kind of blow and then like, oh, where am I? Like, what do I do now?
Sting said that. He said that about X Factor. So he said, you know, in X Factor, obviously it's an overnight success. And he said they missed the spiritual journey because it's a spiritual journey in terms of, like we said, you're developing, you're learning, you're growing, progressing. So if you miss that, I know now that if I was to have been to reach great heights years ago, I would not be the person I am now. And now I go into a studio and I'm like, no, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. I weren't that person before. Yeah. It takes so much time to be like, definitely. Even on stage, like, no, I know what I want. But I didn't you just learn. Yeah, like completely learn. Journey. So I'm going to play one of your tracks, but you're also going to drop a freestyle for us later on the show, aren't you?
I can do that, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But not a battle or anything.
I mean, if you want,
let me go get my pen and paper. That's what I do. I got my pen and paper. Like, let me think of some bars quick. No, you got to be well. Do you know what? I could probably do it. To be fair, I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna think about it. If I come up with some fire, I'll be like, let's do that later. But you are gonna drop a freestyle, so stay locked in for Craiz because he's gonna drop a freestyle later on in the show. But for now, this is what I'm gonna play. It's Craiz in a Craiz show. So Craiz is artist, MC, rapper, do you know what I mean? All round singer, creative, singer. Yeah, you've been singing. Yeah. Do you paint?
I don't paint.
No, that's right, an all round creative. So we have Craiz in the building, all the way from Manchester. I did actually have a question that was sent across, and it was from someone who must have just locked in. So thank you for locking in on the 807. It was, what's the music scene like in Manchester? So I know we answered this before, but just to reiterate.
Yeah, the scene in Manchester is growing all the time. There's a lot more outlets at the minute. Obviously, the YouTube era has opened a lot of doors. It's made a lot of people get a lot more exposure. But at the minute, it's going off. Radio stations are playing more and more of our music. I think there's a lot more management down at the moment. There's a lot more shows, there's a lot more events. So people are taking notice, and there's always been a scene there, but it's been undercover because I know the eyes weren't really on it. But I think right now the eyes are really on it, and it's growing rapidly. Like a lot of artists now are starting to blow. And there's people that I haven't even heard of that are just going clear. Because there's so many doors been open. So
but there's loads of live music venues. We were just talking about Bandon at the Wall. So it's a real good. So it's a good place to go. Manchester live music scene. Go and check it out. And so following that, we are going to, as promised before, we was playing some tracks. We're going to listen to a freestyle from Craiz. So this is it got a name? Or is it just a freestyle? Yeah.
It's on fire.
It's on fire. Yo, it's sick. So good. Real good. I knew it would be anyway, don't get me wrong. I'm acting like I'm like surprised. But I'm not surprised. It always makes me just feel good when I hear something that it just sound good. Honestly, I really enjoyed that. I don't know where Ronan Keating come from. I don't know if you heard that Ronan Keating just slipped in there, but I know he wants to get involved on the It's a Vibe show on a Sunday, but I'm afraid it's not really his vibe. So so that was Craiz. I've got Craiz in the studio this evening, and we've been talking about music, about inspirations, about the Manchester music scene, and obviously dropping freestyles. And that's what this show's about. It's just about getting to know the artist. It's about communication, conversation, and finding out what makes them tick. So as I'm sitting here, I'm looking at a vanilla flavour milkshake.
What? Come on. It's a real drink. Come on. That is the...
So that's your drink?
It's the drink, man. Like, what else are you going to drink today?
So do you always have vanilla milkshake?
You have to. It's Sunday, man. It's holy.
So Craiz vouchers for this drink. So is there anything else there would be? So I want to find out what it is. One of them. That your listeners, your followers, because you've got a real good support base. I know from your stats and thing from Spotify. Is it Spotify? Yeah. So you've got real good.
It's gone good.
Yeah, you've got real good support base. Is there something that the fans wouldn't know? What is it that they wouldn't know that you can now let us know about you? So obviously you like vanilla milk.
It's hard. It goes in. What would the name?
But something random, like I was saying before, mine's that I love cereal.
Yes. What? Seriously, that's a no. What? That's no.
No, I didn't. That's like my dinner choice all the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's not normal. That's definitely not normal. Okay.
But not with vanilla milk.
It depends on like how much you pre my stuff, because if you look at things hard enough, you'll find out a few things. Obviously, I play sport, so people might not know what I do in the sporting context, but I don't know. What people don't know?
Like something random. Like, do you have any, let me think.
There will be pure random stuff if I think about it.
Do you have any mannerisms? Like, as in, do you do something that's quite a hard question, isn't it? That mannerisms.
It isn't. It's not like what people don't know. I'm mad. I don't know, man.
Well, what do you like watching?
EastEnders, man. I've caught.
Do you like EastEnders?
Don't get me started on this, you know.
No, you're EastEnders guy.
I have got my internet's gone down, yeah, and I've not watched EastEnders for a week, and my heart's hurting.
You're joking. I haven't watched EastEnders for about 10 years.
Nah, you're missing out.
I used to love it.
Listen, people gas about Netflix series. All you need is Channel 1, man.
Where do you watch it? On your laptop, Channel 1?
I watch it on Catch Up.
Who's your favourite character?
I get popcorn, a brew, and just...
Hello there.
A brew.
This is Santa, and according to my North Pole calendar, we're getting closer and closer to my favourite day of the year, Christmas Day. And every day, I'll be here telling you how our plans are shaping up, including the latest from the elves in the workshop, and I'll even check how bright Rudolph's nose is looking.
Advert there for the promotion for the Christmas event that's coming up. So make sure everyone gets involved for the Northampton Santa's promo. Yeah, Santa's promotional event. So make sure you get involved in that. But as we were saying before, so you like EastEnders and your favourite character?
Favourite character? Oh, that's a tough one, you know. Favourite character? I don't know, man. Depends on my day. Phil Mitchell's the guy, obviously, but...
If you could be a character though, like out of all films, or who would you say that you most relate to in terms of your favourite ever in a film, in a movie? Like, is there someone that's played a role that you're like, yeah, that's
there's gonna be bare people shouting who know me shouting at the radio going da-da-da-da, but I'm not gonna say it. I don't even know. Who would I be? Character in a film.
Or who do you like the most? Yeah.
It's going to be like a Will Smith character.
Do you think?
Just because it's just baiting it, like, I don't know.
Oh, is he your favourite actor?
No, but just a comparison, I was going to get straight away. Will Smith. I don't know. Tough one. Film. Who would that be? It's a hard question.
Is it?
Who'd you?
Oh, don't ask me. I didn't think about that. Who would I be? I don't know. Do you know who I really like? I don't know. I don't relate. I don't know if I relate. I don't know why I like her so much. But you know in Scarface, Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about her, how she acts, how she's just so charismatic and so kind of, I don't know, lost in translation. Do you know what I mean? And I just don't know if that's me, but I don't think I'm that lost in that translation to live that life, whatever. But I don't know. I just always seen that character and I just love her. I love that role. I love that what she brings to the table and the whole how she delivers she's a brilliant actress. That's who I'd go for. I'll leave you a little time to think about while I'll carry on spinning this chat, this Destiny's Child. You had some time to think about which character you would be.
I wrap my brain.
So which character in a movie, if you had to be anyone, would you be?
It's so easy as well. Rabbit from 8 Mile, man. It's so easy.
And why is that?
Just because it depicts everything about the journey you actually go on in one film. Like,
do you live in a trailer?
Yeah, I might do, you know. That's deep.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
Deep on my trailer, man.
No judgment here. No judgment here.
I've got a chandelier in there. It's fine.
It would actually be an easy life, I think. Honestly, it would be an easy life.
It's so easy. I might do it actually. Born council tax, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When I see, anyone in a trailer, shout out.
Gang.
But it's a rabbit out of 8 Mile.
Yeah, easy. So easy. He's sick, isn't he? Like, he's everything. He's sick.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say a big shout out as well to Larry Kozak, who's locked in from Canada, from Vancouver. So thank you for locking in to the show this evening. And to anyone who wants to get involved, just send me on the text line and we will answer any questions you have. But once again, this is It's a Vibe with Rox. And I wanted to ask, so I like to find out nuggets of information. My nan always teaches me that other people are your best teachers. So I want you to teach me something. I teach my listeners something. So I don't know. It can be words of advice. Well, actually, I use words of wisdom at the end of the show. So we'll wait for that one at the end of the show.
Okay.
But to teach me something that I would not know, or someone wouldn't necessarily. They might do. They might know it. But maybe it's a fact. I remember we had. I had Content Music on a few weeks ago, and he taught me Tupac's real name.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was, but it's not Tupac. But he taught me what it was.
Harold or something.
Yeah, no, it's a real obscure name. It's quite a cool name, but it's so different it's one of my first shows. So I can't think for what it is now, but that's what he taught me. That was his information. So it has to be something that I wouldn't know necessarily. I might do. I'm quite educated, but I'll play Justin Timberlake, Cry Me River, Roxze Craiz featuring Mateen doing their thing, and that's going to be released
next summer.
Summer's
waiting, ready to go. A few other little, summer ones.
Is it because it's a summer vibe? That's why,
I can't release at Christmas because it's not. It's a conflict of interest for my life.
Yeah.
I want to be on the beach. Opening presents as long.
Before we played those amazing tracks, I did ask you a question of what you can teach me or teach the listeners. So the first one, as we was talking whilst they was playing, that you were a bit like and ahhing, is apparently you learned the word rapture today.
Today I learned what rapture means.
What is rapture? I don't know. Let me guess. I'll guess.
Go on.
So I think rapture, I'm thinking my brain is going towards the animal vulture. Like rapture vulture. Don't know if this is going to work. And vultures, the chur is where you capture something.
Okay.
So rap is where you capture something. Rapture.
You got to minus where you know that. That's how
that's
you know
a complete guess.
That is mad
I don't know where that came from. It was really not close to it.
Not really, no. It's so good. It's worth it just to hear the explanation.
So what does it mean?
I don't know. This is mad. So rapture is a feeling of intense pleasure. So make it out what you will. Anyway, moving on to my actual fact now. Come on.
Oh, that is brilliant. I don't understand. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to visual. Yeah, anyway, let's move on. So the next fact that you're going to teach us as well.
So do you know what's an important fact? So Eminem only sold 1,000, apparently this is apparent, but his first ever album in 1996, I think it was, only sold 1,000 copies.
You're joking.
For me, he is the best ever. So if that's not a statement of progression for an artist.
Yeah.
Because I think he's the best ever. Obviously, it's a very controversial statement.
Yeah.
I think he is. I think with his versatility, his wordplay, his lyrics, his flow, as a package, he's the best ever.
Yeah.
So for someone of that stature to only ever sell 1,000 albums, his first ever album.
That must have been 1,000 material copies.
Yeah.
So then obviously it's capped at 1,000 because surely now everyone would just go back in the
Yeah.
Like
So
the catalogue to find more. And
Yeah.
so it must have just been material.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I think obviously that's what music's about, man. It's starting there and kind of getting to where you know you can be.
Yeah, because that's one thing I find as an artist. It's like I get days where I'm like, oh, I'm a bit. Yeah, they're horrible, aren't they?
You wake up and you just go, nah, forget this.
Yeah, it's really that's for me a low time, because I just think I have to do music. I don't know if you're the same. It's like you're an artist. It's integral to you and your happiness. But I just find there are days where you just think, am I on the right path? Because you don't see things as well. Like you see what everyone else is. You're so busy working on things that you don't always see what other people are seeing. Do you know what I mean? Everyone has different perceptions. But it's like, for instance, when you got the Spotify, that must have been a real kind of,
that was significant for me, like, because obviously I don't, like you say, you don't know how many people listen to your stuff, and how many people, like, and I don't watch it too much because I know that if it is a low number, I'm gonna go, forget this. Maybe not forget this, but it makes you reassess a little bit. So like, that was good to see, like, just because I know people are actually listening to my music now, and if I compare it to the first year, because to be fair, the first track I released, me and my team released it, and it was literally for the sake of getting ourselves on the map. It was so commercial, none of our lanes, but it worked as a statement of intent, because everyone listened to it, even though it obviously didn't go worldwide or anything like that, but within a local vicinity, I think a lot of people took to that track, and it was like people's mums, people's grandmas, people's little daughter, like everyone listened to that track. I still get videos now of like people's kids dancing to the tune. So it's like the fact that 2 years on it's still banging in a sense. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. Yeah,
but that's what it's about. It's just kind of. Like, for those who are listening in, I should have explained the Spotify is where they give a yearly update for artists of what their statistics basically. And I know that you've been listened to in multiple countries.
46
countries. Yeah, that's amazing. You got loads of people locked in. You got like thousands of hours of people listening in, and it's listening into your tracks, and that must just be a real boost. I think that's commendable, massively, and it's a good goal.
Definitely.
For next year. Do you feel like you are goal orientated? So the next year you feel...
Yeah, massively. I mean, I don't, not always numbers, but I think like definitely like in a sense, and obviously it gives you a goal to go at. Like if you can double those numbers, triple those numbers, then you know you're doing something right, sort of thing. So so my goal.
During the end of the week, because we're the last show on a Sunday evening, I like to wind down and the listeners to hear some words of wisdom for the up and coming week. Whether your week's been good, bad, the highs, the lows. It's done, nearly done, 2 hours left, 2 hours and 15 minutes left. So, Craiz, what would your wise words of wisdom be for my listeners for the up and coming week?
I don't know about wise, no, but I just think, man, everyone's got a different path in life, and so many people get caught up in not being good at certain things and not really having, I don't know, the right exam results, the right this and that, but have a goal, man. Like, wake up with a reason in the morning and go and achieve it, because too many people fail at one thing and say, nah, that's me done, and don't go at anything else, or like get up and go again. So obviously not too deep with it, but have a goal, wake up in the morning and know you want to achieve something, you want to do something. Don't just take a failure as that's it. Like, it's a learning curve. If you fail at something, it's a way to learn and go again and kind of find your way. So that's what I'd say.
I think that's where it's at though, isn't it? Because it's like having goals, and a bit of discipline in there as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you've got to know it helps a lot. I was listening to something the other day on TED Talks. I love TED Talks. And what the woman said, that the primary goal, her advice was, like building on what you said, is to, when your alarm goes off, is to never ever hit the snooze button. And you know, like a rocket, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. All your decisions should be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 throughout the day.
Yeah.
Because once you've achieved that first initial goal of getting up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. You don't snooze. The rest of the day, all your decisions are going to be easier.
Yeah, 100.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, setting a tempo, set the benchmark.
Yeah, it's setting the, because I think that's what I'm going to try next week. That's my goal for next week. I'm avoiding the snooze button because I'm bad for it. Lately, I didn't used to be that bad. Lately, I'm just like, put it on a few times. I'm always active, but when it comes to getting up in the mornings, I don't know what's going on. We won't talk about that though. So your wise words of wisdom. Yeah, so I think that's like to have goals, to be ready, be prepared.
Yeah, 100.
And know that they can happen.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, I think like you can achieve anything.
Yeah.
Pretty much, obviously within reason, but like, I don't know, man. People, I think I see too many people who kind of like have ambitions and then look at a factor of like where they're from or what they got at disposal there and then and think, oh no, I can't achieve that.
Yeah.
But do you what I do, man. Like, obviously, sometimes, do you know what it is, right? I think coming up in grime was a massive thing for me because I seen evolve from nothing and was part of that. So you kind of learn that even things like distribution and like having to take your own CDs for flipping record shop and say sell this for, and you learn to kind of market things and learn to distribute things, and you look and go, do you know what? Why are people using labels when we can do the same thing?
Yeah.
And that's what grime did. It kind of taught a whole scene. Like, you know what? You don't need all that backing, all those commercial side of things to make it happen.
Yeah.
And as massive an industry as music is, you look at it from the outside and go, wow, that must be really hard to achieve something in terms of actually getting a CD from a recording studio to a shelf or to a Spotify.
Yeah.
But actually it's not. It's just a case of knowing how to do it and then taking those steps to make sure it happens. So like, I think as I say, like, don't worry about what's immediate at your disposal there and then. You can make things happen by having the grind and having the kind of vision and the determination to do it. So like, it's there for you, just got to do it. And
with the, I love that. That's like real, I felt that. With the determination and with putting all the tracks up, and where can we find your music? Where can the listeners find?
Spotify, Craiz, so first and foremost, and then obviously YouTube, Roxze Craiz. That's a channel name. So they're the main two. Obviously, I'm on SoundCloud and all the other ones, but the main ones I use is Spotify and YouTube. So they're the
And do you
go-tos.
release any tracks on like major platforms, or do you tend to put it on your own platform, as in link up to the
at
other?
the minute, like, I just do it on my own
I
platform.
like that. I think it's because traffic goes towards your platform. It's the tougher route of the thing, really. But I think it's a really. I was looking at it today and I thought, oh, that's.
Do you know
inspiring.
what? I think like, yes, you can go to a Grind Daily or a whatever you want to go to and a link up or whatever. But to actually get a real fan base and know who's listening to music, that's what you do it on your own channel.
Yeah.
Listen, no matter what, there's going to be traffic going to Grind Daily, SBTV, Link Up TV, whatever. So you don't really know, and then people coming back to, are they actually your fans?
Yeah.
Or they Grind Daily fans?
Yeah.
So to get a fan base initially, as scary, it's as hard as it is, go and do it on your own channel for a bit.
That's what I mean. It is a bit scary because you just think it could be easier to. But then, what is ease? And like, life is good for challenges, because once you overcome them, it makes you feel good.
There you go.
Challenges, goals. That's where it's at. That's the wise words of wisdom for this week. I like that. I think it's real good. So I'm going to play. So we are literally coming to the end of the show now, and it's been really nice. I've had such a good time, such a nice vibe, I don't know. It just feels positive, good energy, and I love energy. All good energy. So what can we expect from you in the new year, to 2020?
More simple. Like, I'm very focusing at the moment on music. In the studio all the time, trying to release selectively though. Like, I've got a lot of tracks there, but it has to be the right one for the right time. As I say, we've got tracks for next summer already. There's going to be an old school garage track I'm releasing soon. I'm excited about that one. Like, the beat is mad.
So as it's old school garage influenced.
Yeah, massively. Like, the beat itself is 4/4. Like, it's
that's coming back through them, isn't it? That vibe.
It is. And then just more the same. I think I've got a lot of tracks that I think are nearly done, and I've got projects that are there. I kind of stop and then go back to it, review it, and kind of add to it. And so there's probably 3 or 4 tunes that are there ready to go nearly, but I want to make sure they're right and they get released at the right time. So it's going to be more of the same. And then obviously really looking forward to summer with them 2 tracks. Obviously you heard it, everything before, and then a 4/4 garage track. So it's just a case of grinding and kind of keep growing the fan base and see what response is like, really.
Yeah. Well, will you be sending more music our way?
Of course.
Because I want to be playing that on the airways.
That's not even
I am a fan.
First stop. It's just me again.
Yeah, to send it our way, and hopefully it will be good to catch up and you come back on the show.
Yeah,
because it's been amazing having you. It's been really insightful, especially with the rap chart and the Eminem fact and the wise words of wisdom, and just getting to know you as an artist and a person. I think you're a great person. I wish you all the absolute best in terms of your career and music.